The only station that gives you everything.
We do this every day.
Listen here.
Right here.
Y1025. Get it all on Y. Follow us and stay connected on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Y1025. Y. The only station that gives you everything.
We do this every day.
Listen here.
Right here.
Y1025.
Y Sports on YFM. Y Sports on YFM.
The last edition of this week's Y Sports Update. I've been with you from Monday through to Friday. Well, this afternoon we are headed into the weekend, so a lot will be happening. There are big games to think of, and there are big results to expect. What's going to happen in the English Premier League, as well as the other leagues across Europe? Well, La Liga will continue. The Ghana Premier League, there's a big game on Sunday as Kotoko lock horns with Mediema Sporting Club. Folk are also going to be in action on Saturday against Vision FC. Big one for the Phobians as they hope to get back to winning ways. Yes, you're ready to do sports, and my name is Dennis Ivan Opoku. Well, the Y Sports Update is proudly brought to you by Laxilite Deodorant and Roll-On. It is that Roll-On that you need. I'll tell you more about that later on the show. But before we get into all the stories, it's just fine that I welcome you with the best of tunes, and when we want to run you through all the matches happening this weekend and also talk about the important points to look out for ahead of the weekend, we do this.
Y Sports. YFM 102.5.
Let's get on with it right now. Y1025 FM. I told you that there are matches happening this weekend, and I'm here to lead you through the weekend before we meet on Sunday on the Y Sports Review Show. So we review all the games coming on this weekend. Well, the English Premier League is where I'm starting from. It's the big one for us all, and in the Premier League, we will get Brentford in action against Burnley. Brentford will be playing in Burnley, and then Manchester City will lock horns with Leeds United. Sunderland face Bournemouth. Everton are in action against Newcastle United. Tottenham Hotspur play Fulham, and then on Sunday the matches will continue. We will get action from Crystal Palace against Manchester United. Aston Villa will be hosting Wolverhampton Wanderers. Nottingham Forest play Brighton and Hove Albion, and then we will witness West Ham against Liverpool as Chelsea play against Arsenal. That is the big game for the weekend. Yes, yesterday I did tell you the interesting battle to look out for: Declan Rice versus Moisés Caicedo, or Mikel Arteta against Enzo Maresca.
Y Sports.
Now, before we get into the Chelsea Arsenal bit, let's talk about Bournemouth, and their gaffer is Andoni Iraola. Iraola is the head coach of the Cherries. Antoine Semenyo's team, we've got Ghanaian interest in here. Well, they are playing against Sunderland. The gaffer has said that it is possible that Semenyo will be in action because he trained yesterday. They are looking at him training today, and then they will see how it pans out tomorrow. If he's fit, he's going to be in action. Let's hear from the gaffer right on the Big Y.
I hope so. We still have to train today, but has been doing modified training with the team the previous days. So if everything goes well today also, I think he's going to be available for tomorrow, yes.
And what about the other Bournemouth team? Use any other players you're welcoming back or anyone you've got concerns over?
I think we've had the bad news of Ryan Christie. Ryan got injured also with the national team, same as Ben. When they played the first game, I think it was against Greece, but he played with some pain the second game. He also played with some pain the game against West Ham for us. But we did an MRI after the game because he was not feeling comfortable, and he has a sprain in the knee, and he will be out for some time, I think, yes.
Andoni Iraola is the head coach of Bournemouth, right on the Big Y. Well, let's move on from that and then to Manchester United, who are going to be in action against Crystal Palace. A big game for Ruben Amorim, the head coach of the Red Devils. Now, will they get a result on Sunday? The gaffer is focused on getting the result. Now, the interesting part about this is that Crystal Palace played Strasbourg yesterday. Yes. Now, after last week's game, they played on Monday against Everton. Most fans were saying that United will watch for Crystal Palace to go to international continental assignment and then still lose to Crystal Palace after resting for 1 week. They played on Monday, today is Friday, tomorrow they are playing on Sunday, so that means 6 days rest. If United loses this game, Ruben Amorim no be on par because Crystal Palace have gone for Europa League game. They are done with that. They lost that game by 2-1 though. Now at this point we are also expecting that United will get a good result in this game. The gaffer says he's not gonna give any excuses. They have to win games, and he's disappointed with the points tally that they have now because he expected them to have more because of the kind of performances that they've been given in the English Premier League.
In our club is the same thing because last year we had to win every game all the time, and we took a lot of things, a lot of criticism because we were not winning. So in our club there is no excuses. About Europe, I already talked about Europe, and I said the same thing last year when we were in Europe, and I say the same thing this year. The advantage and the disadvantage of not being in Europe. So there is no excuses. Last year or this year we have always to win games.
Are you disappointed with where your team is now then, given...
I think if I look at the games, we should have more points. And because we had control of some games, we had the advantage in some games, and we lost that control. So if I look at our games, we should have more points, and that is really disappointing and really frustrating, especially the last game.
Ruben Amorim for the Red Devils. Away from that to other gaffers, Arne Slot is suffering with Liverpool. Now I will discuss Arne Slot at the end of the show because before Liverpool there was Feyenoord. That was the biggest club that he's ever coached. Now he got a chance to coach Liverpool and he's struggling. Now the conversation about the gaffer and how things have panned out so far is that most people are saying that he's not really experienced for this job. When the going got tough, he's been struggling. All of a sudden, Liverpool fans are saying that he needs to be out because he doesn't seem to find a solution to the situation. So all of them are saying, most of them are saying that they will need an experienced gaffer if Arne Slot leaves. If he's staying, fine, but if he leaves, they will need a gaffer who is experienced enough and knows how to manipulate his way or maneuver his way into some of these situations where you're having a torrid moment in your season. You need the best of coaches to guide you away from this pressure. Well, Slot was at a press conference and ahead of their game against West Ham United, he was asked the question concerning Liverpool's current form, and the question was quite simple. Is he feeling anger or frustration towards the kind of results that they've been having? And the gaffer answered. Have a listen to what Slot said at the press conference this morning. Okay, All right, let's move on from that. Having a challenge with the sound there, but well, let's delve into other areas, and we are going to talk about the Chelsea-Arsenal game. It's a big one this weekend. All Chelsea fans know this. All Arsenal fans know this. Now, for me, the dynamics for this game is that Chelsea, after beating Barcelona, will be looking to beat Arsenal to improve their mentality. On Wednesday, I said that. On Thursday, I said that because of what Chelsea have been able to do, beating the biggest of sides in recent times, if they are able to get a result against Arsenal, who are leaders of the league log, definitely that's a huge statement and a huge psychological boost to their season. That's what most Chelsea fans will be expecting. If Chelsea are able to defeat Arsenal, that is what we will be talking about. Well, I've got news for you from Enzo Maresca. He says that Kopama is available for the game on Sunday.
Is he available to play, and is he available to start on Sunday?
Is available for both.
For both. Any other concerns after Tuesday night at all?
No, we have also Darius Sulo that he took part of the session this morning, so good news for both.
So that's head coach Enzo Maresca at the presser this morning ahead of their game against Arsenal on Saturday. Now on Arsenal's side, you beat Tottenham Hotspur, you've beaten Bayern Munich. If they are to get a result against Chelsea, do you know what that means? Now look at the English Premier League table. It is just fine for Arsenal. They are leading and leading well. They've got 29 points, 6 points ahead of Chelsea, and they are playing against Chelsea. If they win, they will be moving to 32 points. What that means is that they will now be 9 points ahead of Chelsea. But as Manchester City breathing down in the test spots, if City do win against Leeds United, that will be 25 points. So they will be leading City by 7 points. That's a huge number for us now, especially if we are to talk about the first round of the season. Let's not complicate things and then think about the second part of the season. Let's focus on the first part alone. If it happens that Arsenal beat Chelsea on Sunday, you know the kind of boost it gives them in the Premier League. This season has been very different for Arsenal. They've lost one game. In the Champions League, they've not lost any game. One game this season. That's what Arsenal have lost. They've conceded just 6 goals in the English Premier League. Arsenal are really on top form. Head coach Mikel Arteta says that there are certain players that will be available the weekend, but he can't disclose because he wants to have training with them tomorrow before he can finally conclude that these are the guys available for him. Hear from Mikel Arteta, head coach of Arsenal.
So you've got in particular Leandro Trossard.
Yeah, with Leo there is another test today. We have to see how he's feeling, and he doesn't look much, so we still have a few hours and we have to wait and see.
So it's a potential chance he could be available.
It is a potential chance, yeah.
You welcome back Martinelli and Odegaard and Madueke during the week. You did mention earlier on this week that you were hoping to get a behind closed doors game for Gabriel Jesus and some of the others. We understand this happened yesterday. Can you confirm that happened? Who was involved and if they're in contention for Sunday?
Yeah, it did happen. So Gary participated, Ethan as well, because he wanted some minutes. So we took that opportunity, obviously, for the players that they need a bit of exposure and competition to provide that to them, and it was very positive.
Are they progressing?
Yeah, we have another day tomorrow, so let's see how everybody's tomorrow.
There you have it from head coach of Arsenal in none other but Mikel Arteta, hoping to get a good result at the weekend. We will be waiting. Sunday we'll be in the studios to talk about that game between Chelsea at the Bridge against Arsenal. Well, in La Liga, there are games this weekend as well. Barcelona will lock horns with Alaves. It's a big one for Alaves. They'll be traveling to the Camp Nou. Atletico Madrid will host Real Oviedo as well. And then on Sunday, Real Madrid will also lock horns with Girona. It's an away game. Coach Xabi Alonso will be hoping that he gets the results that will keep him on top of the league log, because there's just 1 point between them and then Barcelona now. In the Italian Serie A this weekend, Pisa against Inter, Roma, Napoli, Atalanta lock horns with Fiorentina as well. And then Lazio will be playing against AC Milan at the San Siro, whilst Juventus will host Cagliari. These are the big games happening this weekend in the Italian Serie A. Also, for the German Bundesliga, we'll witness Bayern Munich in action against St. Pauli, whilst we will then have Leverkusen playing against Borussia Dortmund. That's the big games in the German Bundesliga. For the French League, you know what's going to happen this weekend. There's a lot to expect from PSG and the likes. They will have to do best this weekend. Marseille will be in action against Toulouse. PSG are playing against AS Monaco. Mohamed Salisu will be hoping to get a win in that game. It's an important one for Monaco as they hope to get back into the top 2 spots. That currently it is PSG and then Marseille who are holding down that spot. Well, we're going to talk about the Ghana Premier League pretty soon. There's a lot to expect this weekend because on Saturday, Hearts of Oak are playing against Vision FC, and then on Sunday, Kotoko will lock horns with Mediema at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, whilst Bibiani Gold Stars host Ediana FC at the Bibiani Dance Park.
This is our own, let's cherish our own. Ghana Premier League is back again. This is our own, let's cherish our own. Division 1 League is back again.
This is our own, let's cherish our own. The Ghana Premier League continues this weekend as we step into March Week 12. It's been 11 weeks of exciting football action from all the venues. Yes, GA Sports Live has also been bringing you commentary from all the centers. It's been fun if you've been following the season right from the onset, from match week 1 through to match week 11. In match week 12, Hearts of Oak are playing Vision FC. Basake Holy Stars will face Nations FC. Bechem United are facing Hoho United at home, whilst Bekum Chelsea host Samatex. Gold Stars are playing Adriana FC. Heart of Lions will host Karela United. Swedru All Blacks will also be waiting for Young Apostles. Kodoko against Mediama Sporting Club. 11 Wonders will lock horns with Dreams FC. Now for the league log and the games happening this weekend. Adriana, if they are to get a good result, they will want to get a win or a draw against Bibiani Gold Stars, who are 5th. If they get a draw, they'll move from 23 points to 24. If they win, it is 26 points in the league log for them as they manage the top spot at this point. Hearts of Lions are second with 22, whilst Mediema are third with 22. If Kodoko beats Mediema, that is 23 points, and that means they will surpass Mediema. And Heart of Lions are also hoping to get a good result this weekend against Karela United. If they beat Karela, they will move to 25. So the top spots: Adriana, Heart of Lions, Mediema, Kotoko, Gold Stars, Hearts of Oak. If Hearts win, that is 20 points. They will be looking at the 5th or 4th spot in the Ghana Premier League. So the action this weekend, the most important ones for those who want to follow this weekend's Ghana Premier League: Kotoko, Mediema, Gold Stars, Adriana, Hearts, Vision, Heart of Lions, Karela United. These are the big games to look out for. Didi Dramani is the head coach of the Phobians ahead of this weekend's encounter. He says there's a lot to do and he was hoping that they get back to winning ways.
Of everything that we do in terms of putting in place performance, but I think that one key aspect that is more important to emphasize on is that we need to have a clear, identity and a clear direction. We tell us who we are and we tell us where we want to go. And in going about our style of play, everybody aligns with this, and even our supporters and then our management and everybody underlines and understands exactly where we are coming from and where we have reached and where we want to go. This is very, very clear when it comes to a deliberate, consistent and then a more sustainable approaches when it comes to football. But I think that it is also very important that we have picked a lot of learning paths in so many matches that we have played without coming with the right outcomes. We have picked the learning part of it, and then we also have appreciated that we have some challenges, as we rightly said.
So there you have it from Didi Dramani, head coach of Hearts of Oak. Kodoko will have to do all this weekend. They will have to win against Mediema if they really want to fight for the league log, for the league title. These are the kind of games that you win to cement your spot in the top 4, so that when it comes to the latter parts of the season, you'll be firing, because this is a head-to-head game. Kodoko are in the top 4, Mediema in the top 4. They drew against Heart of Lions. They drew against the Diana Stars. They don't have to draw against Mediema if they want the league title. Head-to-head, Ghana Premier League here. You need to win against Mediema tomorrow, because after Mediema, they've got Hoho United next, and then there's Dreams FC before they play 11 Wonders away, and then Bechem United at home. These 5 games, Kodoko will need points, but they start from Mediema on Sunday. We will all be at the Barbara Sports Stadium to watch this exciting game, and I believe you'll be there. It is against Karim Zito and Ibrahim Tanko. Laxilite deodorant a roll on Mr. Jody and Yusu. Man in Yesham, Laxilite, ya Jatum, Seno Nebuama, Ubiahu, Etimia Yesham, Utonwadeo Market, Otikemo, Mr. Laxilite, Ne Yusu, Yaediama African Skin here, Wedano, and Ibero Cosmetics were doomed for Segule, Nubenebi at all, Afesus were doomed Wano, Usupe A Life. Do a life a diner and in the deep animono, also Z-Way Cosmetics, so Stephen Body Cosmetics, Dr. Mensa, Jody Nesu, China Mole, Wahan Sans, Subenya be at me at El Honum, and T, and use like the deodorant roll on Fred 0240-152204, 0240-152204, and I say 0248-315-258. I'm sure be a Sunday. I'll be in the studios on Sunday to talk about everything concerning sports on the Big Y. My name is Dennis Ivan Opoku. The Driver of Your Life is up next.
Oh, Amaria, I'm still like a cry. Oh, I got crazy said, oh, Amaria, from my sherry.
Libya, Amaria, so,
Amaria, Zuma, Bedimuna, and I said, Bam,
Mammy, Harry, Manumbella,
Amalia, to the video.
A tomato mixing, no. Tomato mix, a year cocoa, come on, a whoopee, 5 hour munti, and my dear near the madam for 4 years was saying FDA, Aji, a dreading crass way at some.
And you buy one, get one for free. And you Black Friday with KFC. Paco for Baco, Echo Prim 9 pieces. Near more, the same amount as some fun cadia watono. And you free Black Friday. Try your original recipe. And now chinga flavor. What do you understand about chicken pieces, Baco? Echo Prim 9 pieces. Near Sanso Amma with the same value. Now what do you pay so? And you buy one, get one free. And yet 28th November. And what KFC store beer. KFC is finger licking good.
808 Bishra Watinga Junction.